Because you're making me look like a fool. You're supposed to be the one that represents me up. Because you're the only one out of everyone that understands the love of music. You still dress like a rapper, but you don't see the rapper in me. Favoring CJ over you. You want me to choose because you are close to me. But how you treat me is not how CJ is treating me. You get what I'm saying? CJ is in the same hood with McSwagger. I'm in the same hood with Cashflow.
Yeah.
But I feel like McSwagger is more like here because CJ showed him love. But my own CJ, who's Cashflow, was not there for me. So how are you gonna blame me from taking my love somewhere else? I did the same with me taking my love from my family and coming to this family. What makes you think I won't do that to you? It was OG shit, bro. In this, not in the studio, but he's still with me there. He never bought me alcohol. That nigga brought me knowledge. Floyd told me one thing that I will always cherish.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Van Podcast. Today I'm not alone. Ndina Physil Mic, ngamura camera ndina bulldozer rikushita rene pa kwa Max Kawash. Wawanara ane pa Maruma Zone 1. So ara bako hosta zi event baba kwa wawana ka page ya Facebook ndi kwa Max Kawash and Itari. So yeah, I'm sitting down guys. Ndina Physil Mic.
Yeah.
Ni akondo wanara mamuno. Ni akondo wanara.
Na do one man.
Apo reni wana zokonda rumwe wana ka naka WhatsApp wana ko wanara foko.
I've just been steady low key logged into Shmaka
album.
If you understand that.
Ngoro kodaka.
Ngoro kodaka studio cha Conley Heights.
Chono naka.
Maru Manas Bus. It's like a mobile studio, so it's in different places. So far, I've only drafted the album up to like 90% in terms of production and writing and everything.
Yeah.
So I can't necessarily say when I have a possible feature. I don't want to make empty promises because so far I've just been pushing on myself. Been trying to get like a couple artists on the album, like the likes of the Giver, the Chief, H&M, McSwagger, so on and so on. I made even like an approach to Physil, Wookie, so on and so on. But like I'm still on the pending mode in terms of response to the niggas,
Yeah.
But like so far I feel like this album is just going.
Yeah. Without wasting any time, who's Physil Mic?
Okay.
Before the name Physil Mic.
Okay, before the name Physil Mic, Dwayne, it's a name of Carter. The name of Carter is a young youth, a black kid, was born in Baitbridge Hospital.
Yes.
Raised in Baitbridge from an early age. That's in Zim.
Yeah.
Then a couple years later after that, long story short, the boy's found in South Africa.
Yeah.
So like I'm just out here trying to make a living, but like in terms of what I can give out to you as a simple detail is that like Physil Mic is just a soldier of life.
Yeah.
An MC.
So how would you describe yourself in 3 words?
In 3 words?
Yeah.
God.
Just God.
The reflection of God, so if I put it like that.
Yeah. So do you see yourself as an artist or a survivor or a role model or maybe all of 3?
Before all of that, I'm just a human being, and that becomes the umbrella term for everything. So I can be anything I want to be, and I can call myself anything I want to be. But like I'm just being artistic. I'm choosing to do that.
Yeah. And then, where were you born and raised?
Like I mentioned, I was born in Baitbridge.
Yeah.
Until the age of 10, then I came to South Africa.
Yeah.
And from that time I came from that side to this side. Spent like 2 years on the street.
Yeah.
Messina. Went to a place of safety. Ulugwane, like I stayed in a couple safe homes for like, homeless kids. So basically I can just say that I was raised by the streets too.
Yeah.
Then around 2009 I found a foster family that I am currently related to in terms of that way, but like that's family for me.
Yeah.
So like they also played a bigger part of raising me here. So I was also given a chance to be raised in Venda.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Then you said you were born in Beitbridge, ne? What kind of environment was it? Was it a small community or it was a rural area?
Beitbridge is the first town of Zimbabwe when you're coming from here, just like your Messina when you're looking at the other side.
Yeah.
So it's basically a town.
Yeah.
It's a luxury. I'm a luxury raised humble, you know. I'm not like that type of perspective that you might visualize. It's like, okay, somebody from Zimbabwe is gonna come from the farms, you know, that I come from a better part of Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
That's how the view that I have for the world like becomes different from everyone, because I had a certain amount of influence that came from like things like the internet or whatever, like I can say the television. But for some kids they didn't have that.
Yeah.
That makes me different. So I think I come from a better, or should I say a less privileged part of Zimbabwe.
Yeah. So tell me more about your biological parents or biological family. And how was life growing up?
At first life was good. We went to private school and all that. You're gondoli kids and Maria type of, you know. Pops was working, he went to college.
Yeah.
He's into like consumer studies and he's like working in restaurants and all that. Mom also did in the same field, but she chose the knitting type inside, you know. So she's a hustler. I was born by two hustlers. Yeah. We just came from a different part of rural areas. Just like you coming from Venda and meeting someone from KwaZulu-Natal. And y'all are meeting in Joburg, so you establish your whole life from there. You start having kids there. Everything that you teach your kids is surrounded by there. So like that's what I can tell you about them so far, that they were present until a certain time around 2006 or 7. They were divorced, you know. So that means the separation is to create like a bond differences. So like I mentioned earlier, you are born from another place, born from another place, you meet with somebody, you create something. So when you separate, you go sideways. Your anger is still living in the air. What about the offspring? They have to suffer from there. It won't make sense if somebody has to reflect what I just said, or like I was in a privileged better part. So my reason for me to be able to cross the border and come this side, it's not because of hunger of the tummy. It was for the hunger of the vision, because I was always in a great way, like I feel like I was chosen to represent my family, you know. On some real shit, if the family stayed together, it wouldn't make a difference of why I'm still saying it. But I feel like it's a good blessing that I'm sitting next to you, talking to you like this. It wouldn't have happened if the biological parents were still in the same position. So I won't tell you my reasons or what was my motive when I crossed this side, or how the process was for me. I went through Juvenile.
We'll
6 months, you know.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, but like I'm just trying to show you something like in terms of biological parents. So all these stories I get reconnected with my family around 2022. After 14 years of no connection with such. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about like physically or either vocally communicating with a person, though. That means that delays the spiritual connection. So like in a sense of trying to be raw and not trying to filter it, I'm trying to say that by the time I reconnected with my parents, it has been a long 14 years. But if these two separations didn't get to separate at all, I feel like there wouldn't be 14 days.
And then bachi separate, ne? Then zomuzoro mungo oya like bakuchira zwawo, so ndinyi mtu wena sana no sana na mubebe kana na timer or nani kusoko survive nje.
It's the moms. They say it's the mom, but me being with a mom, it doesn't mean that I was given parenthood. You get what I'm saying? Because like some families, when they break up, the father can leave, but the mom stays, becomes the mother and becomes the father. But my mom's, it was the other way around. She came from being a mother and a wife, right? So the wife part, we cut it out. Now she has to be a mother, fully focused on what, with a lot of weight or whatever that may have happened. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that she was supposed to be there, but it ended up being a tragedy that I, the second born, had to be the one there to take care of her because she became ill. She became sick for 6 months straight. I had to come back from school and rush before the other kids even came back. When they're playing on the streets, I'm boiling warm water for me to take care of my mom. I'm making sure she takes her medication because mind me, I told you this is like you being in Josie, so like everything that's neighboring you around is limited amount of care. So like that trauma of taking care of your mom, who can't even get out of the room. You're not even 10 years old yet, but like you have to make all those chores. You have to do the work because her best friend, the partner's work, is somewhere else, piling up bills that's stressing that person. So when it reflects to a person like me as a child, because my brother had already seen this too because he was like 2 years older than me. In terms of my perspective, you think I'm smart, imagine how my brother is. That nigga bailed out a year earlier. He left from like to hustle his side. Was actually in Messina by the border there. But I came out to have a bigger vision. So like my vision was driven because of what I was running away from. I was not running away from home, or I was not running away from poverty. I was not running away from my country because my country wasn't in a good state than SA. It's because when I was a kid, I was looking at these mountains from a distance. I would be asking like, I want to see what's behind it. But by the time I took my first step across the border, then I played around there. The first part of it, just still scared like a little dog. I didn't want to get into it. But by the time I had to walk 10 kilometers from the border, you can check it out, until to Messina on foot, with a lot of shit happening in between. My bad for cursing. And having to live through the streets. All that is driven because like I was running away from a kid that I was going to become if I had this potential wasted in the streets of the dusty Zimbabwe. My job was just going to be me selling something or selling airtime or whatever. I'm not saying that's not a job, but like for me, I was chasing a bigger vision. I'm still chasing a bigger vision. That's why it doesn't make sense how I still make sense on the microphone, but I don't look like I'm making any sense. But I'm driven by this. Some of the people that I started rapping with 15 years or 16 years in the making now, they've reached a point where they feel like now we have fathers, now we have like figures, now we have friends in police stations, now we have friends with teachers. So I'm like a teacher at school, so like it won't be cool if kids just walk into the office and find me rapping. It doesn't match with the attire. I'm still doing this. Your MGs, your envelopes, even you, no offense, Crossman, you two decided to take a different path with your own reason. But I grew up listening to you and Envil through here. You get what I'm saying? I didn't have Envil where I was born. So I came here looking for Envil. We don't got podcasts where we come from. We have podcasts materialized, but like we don't got the original value of a podcast, if you get what I'm saying. You don't have a chance to have your own perspective. You don't have a chance to branch out without even having to worry about is there going to be inflation? How is the community rate going to be like? Because like they're using 200, they're using rands and dollars, right?
In Zimbabwe?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're using rands and dollars. You check it out. American dollars, because you know the currency of that country or whatever, you can look it up. Point I'm trying to make is that I was in Zim and I was holding $200. 200 rands. What I can buy with 200 rands, it can be like a 2 liter of cooking oil, rice, and a box of eggs. When I'm that side, you have to minus one of those things just for you to be equivalent. So with this type of talent, God-gifted talent, you a star like me, you great, you can become a god on the booth and be able to write like I do. You don't belong in those certain parts. That's your roots. I'm not forgetting my roots, but like I belong somewhere better than even South Africa. So like this is a pathway for me to be great, but like as a citizen of this country, I'm trying to put it in a point where niggas have to understand that there's no division within borders. You get what I'm saying?
And then these people, you know, maybe they are going through divorce.
They're going through divorce.
Process are affect like what separate.
I'm gonna call it divorce trauma. Based on what I've read in the books at school and what I've heard other people talking. And you want to know my perspective in terms of my experience with it. In my mind, the divorce clicked after 2 years. I thought daddy was gonna come back, or maybe he's doing that with shifts. Kandi, this nigga has never been living at home for 6 months to 8 months. That's why the bigger brother, he saw it. But as for me, it was always lovey-dovey, like, because like I know this nigga is hustling, he's also a hustler, he's doing him. Because like he made sure that he was there, you know. For those first 2 years, he made sure that he can make sure that okay, the connection is there, the kids come through and take whatever they want from the father. So for me, that divorce part, man, I feel like it shouldn't have existed at all in the world, because I wouldn't want anyone to go through that.
And then ni chikwaro wana ndinyi mtu we like norwa nchisiza kaiwe family.
Nobody.
No one.
Nobody.
Not even your foster family.
Oh, you mean like
mtu wena tamsi nji msazena mnori ndo seza kola mtu like role model. That was what our role model was.
In my family.
Yeah. It's either
professor of God. That's the level I'm trying to reach.
Yeah. And then nisara nchidanga hapa what happened? Nishipasana kuduana no nishikuduranga hapa na foster family.
Like I said, I was on the street, getting inside, juvenile and in and out. Lived in Polokwane, Louis Richard, Messina.
In the street, one.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I want you to understand.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of foster families before this one, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned Polokwane or whatever.
Oh.
So, for me, I've lived in like homeless homes and churches and all that. I've never had the comfortability of being in a family until I was in Louis region.
Yeah.
And this woman just came up to me. That's my mom.
Yeah.
Miss Caroline of Council. Who's a church right now, probably in front of the podium. She's a preacher. We all know that.
Yeah.
And I'm out here preaching my gospel, trying to tell you that she saw me and I was with my other G, the other kid that I had, with my back to all over the street. And she approached us in a way that even to me this day when I reflect on it, because there I was younger. Now I'm like, damn, that was God talking through that woman. She was not even a pastor yet. So I became something that was like a miracle to this world, because like she just fell in love with me as if I was a little baby. Felt those are at that instant.
Yeah.
I won't detail out how everything happened, but it ended up being a point where I'm sitting here legally, a South African, a child to that family, a representation to that family. She took me in. It wasn't easy.
How old you were at the time?
By that time, I think I was 10.
10 years.
Yeah.
And then chidangeno sgele na janaga you from primary level until secondary.
I went to Bible Primary Mission School. And then I took a break for 2 years. But I was always ahead of my class because I was always a straight A student. I had to skip a couple grades. So when I reached here, I went to Makungu Primary School.
Yeah.
That's where I did my grade 7. I started there around August with no even a single mark, but like I came out top 5 for that. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to tell you like how this goes.
Yeah.
So from there, I went to Dimbanyika.
Yeah.
Then from Dimbanyika I went to Browse, that's where I passed my matric.
Yeah.
And then I went to University from there.
For how long? What were you studying at Juvenile?
I was studying for the Bachelor of Indigenous Knowledge Systems under the School of HSS, Human Social Sciences.
Yeah.
Deals about African studies here.
Then Napeza?
Nah, I didn't. I dropped out.
What happened?
Life happened. A lot of things happened. It comes back to the spiritual wars, like I was mentioning, connections and all that.
Yeah.
Mind you, I went there I passed my matric around 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be on my 3rd year because I was doing an honors degree, that's for 4 years. By the time I reached my 3rd year, we were wilding. It was with the time where we reached the Casper, Universe makes the difference.
Yeah.
That's where the focus was. The books were lit. A straight A student still even there. A focus, but like life came through. A lot of obstacles came between. Certain things that only your eyes can see. That's how I was making the album, Another Side of College. I was talking about the side of college that people don't get to see. People think in college you stress about having food in your cupboard or you stress about your exam. There's a certain part of college that people from the outside only get to experience when they go through it.
Yeah.
So I went through whatever I went through. I got addicted to drugs. I had bad friends around me, bad company, corrupts character. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want to blame drugs for me being here without a degree or being finished my school. I want to be real, I want to be honest with you. Drugs don't kill people, but ignorance is bliss. They say thug life, they hate you give little infants, fucks up everybody. I became the kid that people ignored because people were waiting for me to make mistakes. People were supposed to help me. By the time they understood that I had an addiction, because I presented my addiction like I have a problem like this.
Yeah.
And that time I'm still in school and the help was limited because, like I tell you, although they were far, there's certain connections that you have with people spiritually because you're born with them. But then there's certain things when people take you in, there's limitations to that. There's only a few that's going to care. But those around you, I'm talking about like when I came to become part of this family. Mind you, they have extended families, they become my families. The neighbors become my family. The internet that I am surrounded with, like when I'm as an artist, they become my family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I needed help, but I didn't get help. I got help to help myself. I was given a choice to make, to choose to either quit, go to rehab or whatever. But in my side, I needed help in certain ways that I can publicly take it out.
Yeah.
You understand how the painful that is? It has to come from where I was born. We all know that. I'm gonna keep it African for you so that other kids were voiced out because there's certain words they can't say on the internet. I want to make sure that you understand that somebody can be in a point where they can look at a drug and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. That's them praying. That's your mouth. But the next day, by the time they want to make sure that they endure and proceed with the recovery part. How do you recover when you're on your way to recovery? You are given a reminder that you are going through this because you're weak. So nobody is there to feel that for you. I'm not saying I wanted sympathy, but I wanted people to understand that I needed friends who are more than just friends. You get what I'm saying? I needed somebody to understand the reasons why I was doing this, because I read a quote that say a lot of people will ask you what's wrong with you, but not everyone will ask you what happened, what made you want to do drugs. At first it was fun, but then I realized, okay, by the time it is fun, and that time when I'm sad, I'm going to think about the fun. If I go through something, I go into a fight with my girlfriend or either my brother or what, for me it's not because I want to defend myself or like I was using drug as a coping mechanism. No, I'm trying to tell you that I was trying to escape the reality of me going through something when I felt like I ran away from pressure. Now I'm getting pressure. Now I got two pressures to represent. But this one is helpless because they don't know me. Those who know me can get to me. Even if they get to me, it's limited. So I'm based here. My life is needing me to focus on my books, but I'm battling a spiritual war. I'm battling this, I'm battling that. So that means I have sibling rivalry. At school, I'm not focused. I'm trying to keep up with the gang. I'm trying to trap. I'm trying to be the men's difference, the H&M, the epidemics, or whatever gang that I can be with. But I'm not okay. First suicide attempt on campus, Juvenile. That's a public knowledge for me. Yeah, but I'm just saying because like it's there. It's not like I'm speeding up. I'm just saying it's there. I want people who are going to watch this podcast and like a certain 2% who know me by the time when I try to commit suicide, they're going to reflect not backwards but forward, because I was already mentally ahead of time. I had given up. If I reach a point where I feel like I have to take my own life, that means what I'm going through is beyond the human eye. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I call myself the God MC. I'm a messenger of God. God lives through me. I am the vessel of God. So that means what I can tell you is that I might be vocally impaired or I might not be sounding is how you want me to sound. These are the results of this is what they call the aftermath of drugs or whatever. How I look, how I sound, how I think, how I present myself. But if you can get to understand me and listen to me for more than 5 minutes, then who's ignoring who? I'm still recovered. I've recovered like more than 3 times and relapsed and went back to drugs. I've reached a point where I can be like 3 months sober and end up going back to that, because when I'm trying to elevate, by the time I'm about to reach something has to stop me from there. And when I go to ask from perspective, they tell me I gotta do that. When I'm about to do that, this happens. This one does this because this one never been real with this. Never understood, never took a perspective to be present for you without even helping you because they need to gain something from you. So you become a problem to yourself. The battle is not with drugs, it's with myself. I'm not saying I'm still doing drugs and I'm not saying I'm not doing drugs. You can see how you want to see it, but like for me, this music thing is the only thing that makes sense to me because that's how I can speak to.
So do you think we're running a woman school for it?
I don't think I can, but I am.
Were you already creative back then at the time, or you were more focused on surviving?
You mean when?
Back at the time when you were still young.
When I was still young.
Yeah, were you already creative, or you were just focused more on surviving?
Are you asking about the younger part in Zimbabwe or the younger part of me being here, or just in general?
In general. Yeah.
Yeah, I always had like a artist in me. My mom used to like play music, the likes of Oliver Mtokozi, Thomas Mafo, like Macheso, you know, Manyaruke, so on and so on. Like you do, you know. And my dad was more diverse into like culture spheres. That means this side of the world. He was more into he played a lot of music from a lot of countries, you know. Like. So for me, it was always a surrounding of a loving family that tried to create certain life moments. So every time we gather around as a family and there's music, we play, we dancing. For me, I always had this connection to trying to imitate what I had to be hearing from the radio. Not only dancing to the music, I ended up finding myself melodizing certain things, like sitting alone, doing my homework or whatever. But I never knew I was a writer until I think I was like 7. That's when I started to understand certain words. I started listening to music and tried to understand what is it that they're trying to paint out. Then I felt like music is more than just music. Music is a messenger, right? Yeah. So I think at an early age I had an amazing gift of trying to like use music as well as track. So like I understood that at an early age. Okay, if I want to talk to my mom, then I'll just be like, you know. Then I realized, no, I have something here. You get what I'm saying? And I just kept doing that until this certain lady, who's my aunt, a younger sister to my mom, to Miss Mariba. She was my teacher at that time in grade 7 in my primary school. So like there was like an art exhibition, I can say like subject arts and culture, you get to do your art and everything. Everybody just dancing, they're doing what they're saying, they're singing, they're doing art, they're doing drama. I think that's the time when Soldier Boy was hot. With the Kiss Me Through the Phone, that song. I went there in front, then I rapped out the whole song. And that time, bear in mind, we were not even having access to certain websites like Genius for lyrics, or you to be able to karaoke or there. I was like, I had memorized somebody's verse, and I was smart enough to write my own verse. Like I can be able to memorize a certain chapter from a book. With an example of making an essay, I can use that to write my own essay or either a CV, But like I turned that into a person of making my own. After she had given me A+ marks for that, and it was like a standing innovation in class. They're clapping, they're young, but like I'm doing something that's cool that they only see on TV. Not saying that they never seen a young person like me rapping in person, but they never did before because hip hop was not there. You guys were rapping with more speed, and all that, but nobody was in the front. Everybody was just shy with their microphone. We never had all that, but like by the time, every time I get a chance to watch channel or whatever, or any type of form of media that gave me a surrounding of music, I always utilize what I had until I started freestyling before I even went into the book. So as when I went to the Manico, my grade 8, that's when I met guys was me. You remember SPY me?
Yes, me, yeah.
Because Ray Dog was my classmate in grade 9, desk mate even. You get what I'm saying? Chesterfield, there's so on and so all those guys from that time when the Van Records was, and in there. Bear in mind that in the Maruma, there's Emblo and there's MG. There's Godfrey who had like given or passed on the torch. He was passing the torch on to his little brother. So that means Maruma already has a safe space of hip hop. I never brought hip hop to Maruma. I became the god of rap to Maruma before I even branched out because I studied through those guys. So for me, all I can tell you is that music, I can never say that there was a certain age that I began to be influenced by music. I was always music, like Wayne always said, I am music. So for me, this perspective of life is what generates what I spit out on the microphone, what I call music, what I write on poetry. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So as a homeless kid, ne, like support.
It was the streets. I had to wake up 6 a.m. in the morning or maybe 5 a.m. because the spot I'm sleeping in, under my box or under my sack or whatever, the owner there at a certain place, but bear in mind we're in town. So every corner has an owner. It's either it's another hobo or either it's another mom, another lady from akuvawo chaku machiata akuvawo go nige bomsodi akoyaka etwando una market wawane uvula nga 6 ngamachiloni and achichayisa zombori like it belongs to me for shade, not legally to, not like because she permitted, but because like that's me trying to seek shelter. So by the time she clocks, I'm just using that as an example, by the time she clocks in and has to pick up her stuff, I'm already up going through bins, dustbins, trash cans, if you may call them KFC, whatever, any type of trash can, just for me to get something that's even fresh. But it's in the bin, but for me to be able to, so it answers your question to who was there for me, right? I was there for myself. The streets were the streets. There was nothing fancy about that. I was dirty. I could spend like 2 months walking barefoot, no changing underwear. I'm a young kid at that time, bro. I'm talking about I'm 7 years old. I'm 8 years old, and I have to go through the whole month without even taking a bath. Forget about the bath. You start smoking glue with the boys on the streets because like it has to numb their pain, like how they live. So you become the street. So my answer is that I was a street kid. Whatever you may know about what a street kid goes through, I am a product of a street kid. So like I feel like for me life was harder because remember that time it was hard for foreigners to be arrested. If you're an adult over 18, you get to be put like maybe fat report, for example. So what happens when you're under the age, when you're still young? That means it's juvenile level, right? That's me doing 6 months in there. That's another side of a gangster, a certain percentage that Physil Mic likes to portray. I'm not a gangster. I'm just like a lyrical gangster because I am a gangster in the booth. I am a gangster with a pen because I was gangster before I even knew what gangster was spelled like. So my answer is that for me the streets were hard, but the streets made me what I am. So I appreciate them.
And then nisara nichia dona nikuchira like stratani ne Nansa to one like a foster family or something. I don't know to Shaben and
Like I said, I've been in and out of houses. People treat you different. Some people may say they want to take you in to help you, but they're giving you a job and you're still a kid. But like my heart was always in another place because I was not raised out of poverty. I didn't understand the sense of somebody feeling like they need to give me something for me to be part of that. I left home, you want to give me a home. What's different from this home and that home? That home, I left it because of a certain reason that you also still reminded me. If I left because my mom was going through divorce stress and she can take out a hill and punish me, like taking out frustrations of divorce from me, so that means you don't have to remind me of violence at an early age because I just get that stage and they understand that the difference between adapting to a new situation or so nobody had love for me until this foster family. So what I can tell you, everything that every family that I had went through, it doesn't matter whether they were wealthy or not, they had their own ideas. They want to give me a job, they want to take me into a garden, bro. Not because I was still a little boy, don't mean that I got to be in the garden. They never gave me anything until this family showed me love. They took me to school. How many kids from Zim who crossed over who got like possibilities of degree? How many of them get a chance? I mean, like you crossing over the border. This is so amazing. Look at this. Physil Mic is amazing. You know what? I cross over the border like any other Zim kid who was raised in Zim. But not everyone has the time to do but Zemba ya masimu na alima. Studio. So for me, I feel like I was lucky. Do you get what I'm saying? And
then you mentioned or you spent is it 6 months or 6 years in Juvenile?
6 months.
6 months. What did you learn from it?
What did I learn from it? I learned a lot, man. I learned that God can take away anything He wants to take away. It doesn't matter where you are, where you at, or what you did. And I learned that God can give back life. I learned that God can be there for you when you're being yourself. I had to defend myself. I learned how to be a man before when I was supposed to be a boy. So that's why even when what I'm trying to say is that I learned to be a man when I was supposed to be a boy. By the time I became a man in terms of the eyes of a human eye, I started acting like a boy because I never had a chance to become a little boy. So I feel like for me, what I learned from prison is that I can't call it prison, my bad. I gotta call it whatever cage that it was. But for me, it was hell. I had to play a game of cards for me to keep my meal. At the same time, my heart is trying to get me out of there. My mind is trying to get me out of there. Like I said, if you're illegally here and you're over 18, over 18, and they arrest you because you don't got a passport, where do they put you? In the cells, right? So if you're below that age, where do they take you?
Juvenile. Okay, and that was first also. Then from being a street kid to a new family, how did it shape you and the outlook of life?
How did it shape me? It just gave me more hope. It just made me more brighter.
And then I almost got na face about xenophobic or and then I know faces also even as girl.
Thank God you asked me. You know, we can't, if we're going to look at grammar, right, and English, listen to me. You said faced, I call face, right? I feel like that word is short. It should be facing. It should be facing, not faced. The question should be like, are you going through Zimbabwe because are you going through xenophobia just because you're from Zimbabwe? I am going through, but let's go back to what you said in terms of with school. Now we'll come to that part. I want to answer the school part. I went through that. There was a point where I can't even raise my hand and correct a teacher because a certain bully is going to bully me. But because I had that street mentality, I protected myself in Juvenile. How can a guy put hands on me? You get what I'm saying? But for him to disrespect me here, to attack me through the heart, not through the mind. You can portray my heart in a way that is weak because somebody's telling me that I don't deserve to be on the same desk with him. So that's xenophobia. Genus girl is I'm sorry to say this, but like I went there too at first. I was supposed to go to Maruma Primary School. No offense, but you know what happened? The great Wovumbi declined me and be like, you laughed at me after you spoke to my dad. He's like, okay, bring that boy here. Only in you're like, only trying to intimidate me. You know what he said? It's like, nah, I don't know my Zimbabwe punish school. You know, like, how do I feel about that? That's xenophobia from him. So, one we just didn't go to some baby. So, imagine if I went to that school and the leader of that school already has that mentality about me. He's already xenophobic, but he's a good figure that represents morality. What about the rest of the kids? This is never if bad baby all I want to 1, 2, 3, you shouldn't be here. Why you doctor? They already xenophobic in their mind. That's why the kids were comfortable to and they about a copying, and for me to be emotionally try to defend myself to him, I'm going to be attacked by a lot of them because it's one against them, right? Because in 2009, how many Zimbabweans were living in Mauma?
Oh, obviously,
no.
What's one?
Even if they were, my question becomes how many of them were kids like me? So ndana bangani ba hiyo kazi.
Wakazungumza sina na kuruchana na wewe na babana naye.
Urindishira na undu reach sir. For them to take me in. I'd go through it. My vendor vocabulary, but it's everywhere is colony ending. I'm with a certain goal to run and I moved and I know she's going to think you're crazy because you don't sound like or you don't act like. It's because like I grew up in Beige Beach, and bear in mind you guys, you vendors come from a certain part in Beige Beach. After Beige Beach, you know that, right? So there's still a certain portion, I think about like 19 or 17% of vendors are still in Beige Beach. So like I did Juvenile in school, I did in develop because like, we did like more than gang subjects, you know that. So I understood Juvenile. So like when I came here, I was fitting in so fast. Then you catch up in school. So like mentally in school, I was I was not attacked xenophobia because like the Zimbabwe or no. It's because I was a vulnerable part because I had something. I had a promising life.
Then before the name of Katani, I was in the limit in the land Kulushimiza.
That's confidential, sir.
Lalisomola Leon, man.
It's obvious, man.
Okay, cool. RP. So, no, zuri more no you are into music like ni afanya music like ndini mtu na nose about kai. Because no ambori ni ngaro no ambori ranche sabato ngabo Oliver mtukuzi, ne?
I said my parents used to play all that music, right?
Then ka hip hop na stage sai ndini mtu na porno ndo sizakai.
On hip hop,
yeah,
obvious, just like any other great rapper, I'ma start with Tupac, Lil Wayne, Nas, Rakim, J Electronica, AB Soul, Mac Miller. The list goes on. Stoji T, Sakodi, African Bambata, MF Doom, KRS-One. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then Physil Mic, the name Physil Mic, how did it come about? Physil Mic,
you want to know what it means?
Yeah,
what
like what these are.
Okay, Physil Mic is like it means physically in love with the microphone. That's why it's Physil for physically short. MIC is microphone.
Then Dwayne.
Dwayne is my media name. That was the difference idea when we recorded Recognized. That was featured on that album with Casper and everybody. 2018. So it was my second year in campus, and the campus is a bigger part. So for him to be able to convince me to add the word Dwayne, because like, because it was a cool name. Physil Mic Dwayne, it comes from Mafkatarna Dwayne. So everybody knew me as Dwayne. So they never knew me as a rapper lately because it's a lot of people from other places. They like, okay, they know Dwayne. Who's listening? They like, you made niggas listen to the verse. Maybe like 50 niggas, and they were like, who is this? It's like Physil. They didn't know. They were like, who's Physil? Oh, Dwayne. You mean Dwayne? They didn't realize, oh shit. Okay, if we're gonna drop this, because people know you as Dwayne. let me do what Physil, write Physil Mic Dwayne, so that they can understand who is Physil Mic Dwayne.
And then, what's the difference? No, not anyway.
Damn, my nigga. We're at a balcony party, like and car. I think the car was open, but I think it's Bernard residence at Universal Arena. On my first day in 2017, and I just did this musical No Tattoo. And that guy, he also got tattooed. So like, standing by the balcony smoking a blunt, he asked me for like, yo, my G, what's up? We met through a mutual friend. They call me a Bonks Cafe. Yeah, he was a DJ in Uniform. He was also like a student there. So by the time he saw my tattoo, he was like, yo, it was still fresh, it was still peeling. He was like, yo, bro, where did you do that? I'm like, this other guy on campus, how much is it? $50. Oh damn, 50, you can't be able to get a tattoo for $50. I'm like, I just spoke to the guy, like the conversation goes on from having tattoos into like us realizing that we have a lot in common, because somebody's like, oh, he's also a rapper. I was introduced to Mr. Difference like any other kid getting introduced to Mr. Difference. But with me and Mr. Difference, we ended up having a connection that's more godly, because we had a lot in common. He was coming from his own side of life. I'm a scroll or whatever, but he's also a friend guy. So he understood the perspective of home away from home. We never had the conversation of me coming from another country, me and him, but like it just happened to a point where he just fell in love with my craft and became a brother. And we ended up being roommates for like a year with Musa LD, and then the next year I was staying with H&M, H&M.
Yeah.
So we formed a gang called like Old Black Panda. I don't know if, and it's because nothing ever went out, but we recorded music. We still got music in the vault. Musa LD, Physil Mic Dwayne, H&M, Mr. Difference, Bones Cafe, Laconic Killer. You get what I'm saying? So like, out of the whole gang, I became the brother that got to be the big carrier for Mr. Difference. Wherever he went to interviews, I was always present with him. That's why even we knew each other for a lot of time, but we only got one song, one verse of me on him that's out. So like, we went through a lot in music. We went through life. Even when I was going through whatever I mentioned, like suicide and all that, I was within the environment of Mr. Difference. And Mr. Mass was already big. I worked my way up on my own. He was a SoundCloud junkie. Don't get me wrong. SoundCloud junkie is a person who's always dropping music, because he has a bedroom studio. I was always in the street side of rap, underground, or Freedom Square auditorium freestyles. Watch the freestyle or the cypher almost every Wednesday. I had watched those before when I was in like grade 10 in high school, when them niggas were rapping on campus. That's also one of the reasons that pushed me to be able to pass from high school to go there, because I wanted a bigger platform. Because I was doing it in high school, I wanted to elevate it to that level. And Bomes were there, and I became the dad of Universal Rap. I won every single battle that I went through. I won money from Vodacom. I won money from certain battles or whatever around Tango and whatever. That's away from Jerry. And it's all because I had connection with Mr. Difference, who had given me access to certain things that fit my character. He studied me like he studied certain artists, and he found the niche that Physil Mic can be this. That's why we made the song Recognize. Can you recognize what's inside? If you can't recognize what's inside me, don't waste my time, please. That's why I did my voice. Like I started as a poet with a sonnet in a comic. The thought of making money was the reason I recorded. At the age of 7, I had bars by the coding. Really find the concept so I can do this music. I made a couple records, but trying to drop knowledge. I made a couple records dropping knowledge, trying to prove it. My pop swallowing out. Why you acting like you're stupid? You messing up your focus, and I'm trying to get your knowledge. I didn't want to listen to that nigga cause I couldn't do everything that he said that I shouldn't. I had love for this shit. I could die for this shit. It kept me alive. I was rolling in the deep. I needed no distractions. I was skipping school for this. The streets showing hate. I was still doing this till I dumb it down cause I needed recognition. What a stupid move cause I lost my concentration. That was the verse.
Yeah. Then were you also part of Toofab, or you were just singing out with them? Because that is when I want to make music in official Toofab.
I was a group, man.
That time?
Yeah, I was a group. Like now, me as an OG, I see I was trying as a little groupie, young, just looking around Toofab. It was all popular. But jokes aside, on some real nigga shit, I was studying them niggas, bro. I knew how to walk the walk because of Toofab. R.I.P. Floyd Bass. I'm the product of Floyd Bass. I got voice notes in the votes with me and Floyd Best talking about this game. Conversation with Floyd Best, whatever. That's just because I wanted to be close to those guys. I wanted to dress like Floyd. That's why I became like one of the few niggas who started popping out wearing grills because of Floyd Best. So with Toofab is an umbrella term, right?
Yeah.
There's your cash flow, the production side. If you're a producer and a rapper, just like my nigga Conley Heisley over there, you're going to choose to follow who? Cash flow or fees in terms of that. So for me, Toofab was more like the closest young man rounding off to the nearest. It was a cool gang. I wanted to be close to the cool gang, surround myself with those bad motherfuckers who are really doing what I wish I could do. That what I see on TV, I was seeing it on the streets. They made me what I am. They gave me a certain light without them giving it to me, but me, I made sure that I was close and I didn't be a dandalangandafunga to it because of Toofab. It wasn't a conversation. It just happened. I had to force through. I had to make sure that I can buy a ticket just to get into a certain venue, just to look cool and be with them niggas.
No, Montana anything now with CJ. That's good. That's when I'm more times of Floyd Best.
CJ and Floyd Best is like Vegeta and Goku. That's a fusion. That's one person, man.
Yeah.
That's one person, bro. Like for me, if I can't stay with Floyd and CJ is not in the conversation. Maybe I didn't mention the Dawn, but like I chose my favorite part of Toofab.
Yeah.
Because you asking me, was I part of Toofab? I'm like, nah. Then why were you like you were there around with them niggas, but you never had any single song?
Yeah.
I think I answered you when I said I got like voice notes in the vaults with Floyd. That's all I could get from them niggas. I went to Gonde, bro. It's so smart studio. It recorded a song with Cash. It never came out because we agreed on making a song. I made a verse. I wrote a verse. I'm like, I'm done. He's like, write the second verse. I write the second verse. There was 3 verses. I'm thinking the nigga writing. Then I'm like, yo, bro, it's your turn to record. He's like, oh shit, am I supposed to write a verse? Then after that, you lose respect, right? I'm not trying to start beef on that. I'm just trying to show you. You ask me why don't he got music? Like you saying me, you asking me about the difference. I tell you, setting first, and then we got music. But with them guys, how can I have music with the guy that's from another region and I don't got music with niggas in my hood? I try to make music with them niggas. I tried to tell Seagate I want to be part of Toofab. It was me and my Shudumata and Proto bars like music. I see dog. You remember I used to rap with them little kids. I used to ghost rap for those little kids. I think everybody forgot.
Yeah.
It was called BK Gang, Born Kings Gang. I wanted that to be a young Toofab delicious. If I go through my own Facebook, I can see like photos where I read to Toofab delicious. With photos with CJ and whatever, you know. By the time you dropped Holy Hustle. You get what I'm saying? So, with me being what I am, always born to be solo, I was always with the group. So, it's part of who I am. And what I've learned in life is not that I'm not an individualist. I need a group to be around me. I just need to find the right group. And for me to find the right group, I gotta learn all the group so that I can be defending this group from that group, because I know how that group lives like.
And then Nichamba na sigenzi nyongo part of Toofab. I tell me from there.
I just ignored it. I paved it. I didn't want to answer that.
Rukwamba jona chim.
For real.
Chim wana chim.
Okay, alright. Then I spoke to him in 2014. I'm still waiting on him to answer.
Even today? Even anamzizo?
Yes, sir.
Somzo no go part of Toofab, but then I'm gonna respond to nothing.
I said it's not Physil Mic want to be part of Toofab. It was the group of the guys. Mashudumata and Analaki, Ramkopa, and Cheno and Masuta.
Yeah.
Those kids was like, they're not going to do music anymore right now, but Mashudumata is still trying to do music. I wanted that group to be the young Toofab, not to be part of Toofab. Why I'm seeing B type of thing like Cashman or Young Man, I want it to be like the group that's going to replace Toofab or get past the torch on Gore so that we will take it higher. I wanted us to be the group that represents Toofab. Because like it's not cool seeing CJs and Timberlands performing at the preschool, bro.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to capture the younger audience while they do their job with the older audience. By the time they reach 50, we're already in our 30s. So the legacy goes on. I had that mentality at that young age. I don't know if it's today Physil Mic speaking, but Siga didn't have that. My vision was bigger than him. That's why even when he became a manager here at Kwame, listen, bro. You said you wanted to grow, right?
Yeah.
No filters, man. By the time he was here running music, I went to him more than 18 times a week, trying to get to perform here, bro. But time will speak about it, right? The nigga still had the same mentality. So the problem I'm trying to tell you is that it was never about with the artist, it was with the management. He saw something bigger than CJ. You see, yes I am. He saw something bigger than Floyd Bass. He saw the next Machiavelli, but he didn't have the tools to utilize what he can give Machiavelli, because the vision was bigger than him. So he had to limit it, the torch out. Because if he had given those little boys and me a chance, with me writing my own verse and I'm already dope, what about the people that I'm writing for, that I'm trying to make them look good? It was like me, it was 4 of us, right? Those little boys, Riba and Namara. It was sounding like 4 Physil Mics on the microphone. I was better than all of them on my own. So what they saw is competition. So competition clouded the vision for them. You get what I'm saying? But I had to move on, join my fam. I was continuing, right? Yeah, so I'm telling you that the same reason or the same agenda that is certain. I don't got beef with Israel Mriri. I got beef with Siga. Eternally. Beef is not what I'm just saying. Like, I don't like Siga. I may respect and love Israel Mriri as a human being, but him as in terms of music, how you rejected me. That nigga acts like you don't know me every time we met, and I think we've bumped into each other more than 900 times. Even when he was working here, was doing his jobs in the corporate security or whatever, he's bumped my eyes into me. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get a gig. You remember Miss Physil Mic? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That kills character, and I'm trying to get back in form so that I can spend my time in the studio, not in a trap house smoking drugs. But bro, you giving me a reason to go back to the trap house, because you making me look like a fool. You're supposed to be the one that represents me up, because you're the only one out of everyone that understands the love of music. You still dress like a rapper, but you don't see the rapper in me.
Then there was a time CG I think omodifika Toofab, zonda kufaza nzoro omodifi no modifika side. What I've heard, omodifika side.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Whose side did I pick?
Yes, CG. Maybe that's why I can ignore.
That's what they and the Mahrot man.
Hey, what happened? In you, Ufi, aren't got some brothers of the. And they CG that time I party Toofab. I wanna chipanga like at the Bisaga Toofab, ne? Then after Physil Mic, I'm the picker side. Like it's sort of like no Jena Zindo Zinatam this one to then
Those CJ Nissan, like I sided with him, or I became loyal to CJ.
Yeah. What of it?
Before you ask me that, I think I was the first. Before you ask me, I was the first to admit that I had a favorite in Toofab because of this and this and this and that. So I think that's my answer, bro, to why I went with CJ.
Yeah.
But I never publicly admitted like I'm with CJ. I wanna like reverse this psychology of them thinking I chose CJ and them. It's because CJ was the only one that was maintaining communication. He was the only one that was inspirational enough for me to feel like I can go back to a person and ask again. Because he made sure he delivered. We made a song. And see, he sent me a project when I was in Juvenile. Mass the Difference recorded me a verse on CJ's song. Even Floyd was on the song. You get what I'm saying? He gave me a chance, that nigga. But in terms of Feezy, cash flow, who's this nigga who will drive BM, the big one, the Boss Village, bro? You get what I'm saying? Jin Khan was also lurking around like me, bro. Who else? Or whoever, who Brandon, everybody with Toofab, man. I never knew those niggas that much to a point where I feel like I can get between them. The Mahrot man, isn't it? Inverted commas. If Mahrot man got himself why would you have a problem with me favoring CJ over you? You want me to choose because you are close to me, but how you treat me is not how CJ is treating me. You get what I'm saying? CJ is in the same hood with Maxwell. I'm in the same hood with Cashflow. But I feel like Maxwell is more like here because CJ showed him love, but my own CJ, who's Cashflow, was not there for me. So how are you gonna blame me from taking my love somewhere else? I did the same with me taking my love from my family and coming to this family. What makes you think I won't do that to you? I was just surviving, bro. But right now, I regret the idea just after. I didn't regret it. I regret it after, because I realized I closed so many doors because I chose loyalty. And loyalty is not helping me now, but I think it's going to help me sleep better at night, because I just realized something. That people can fight battles with you musically, though. It enhances my confidence of calling myself a god. You just fueled me more. I just didn't know that I was that powerful. To make sure when they are fit in a conversation with my nigga for 5 minutes, they put their life on pause and focus on reason. Thank you, niggas.
Then I don't know if you just do you know what happened?
I never asked, bro, because not in my business. I was there around because I was in love with them flashy chains. I mean, like, you know, you know, all those things. He can use it, music. Or whatever. That I wanted that. I wanted to be a superstar. And I felt comfortable with them because they were brothers, bro. That nigga would pull up in a fucking Golf, a Rugi, and he's standing there with me. Floyd Burst is here. I'm lighting a joint and I'm passing CJ, this who and who. Like, that lifestyle, bro. For me, it was OG shit, bro. In this, not in the studio, but he's still with me there. He never bought me alcohol. That nigga brought me knowledge. Floyd told me one thing that I will always cherish. I'm like, bro, you're a cop. You was a cop, right? Why are you a cop and you still rapping? He's like, listen. You see all these grills and all these fancy chains. Do you think this is rap money? You gotta have a side job. Or you gotta have a job for you to be able to sponsor your what? Your music. So that's game. He's giving me game, bro. But these niggas like, bro, cash. They did whatever they did with school, and he never used that in music. No offense. I'm talking about, like, he never gave me that brotherhood. He never taught me how to love again. I don't think Floyd was part of Toofab. Floyd was part of Toofab technically. Like CJ was part of Toofab technically. But CJ was part of, sorry niggas, but like CJ was part of Toofab. With the name. Or was he really part of Toofab? If you are really part of Toofab, you can't leave that part, because he's West Side forever. But like, that nigga was pushing him. Then he became bigger than them niggas. He intimidated them niggas. So it was a young goat looking up to an older goat. And like an older goat, I'm not talking about like God, I'm talking like the bigger dog. A small dog looking at the fucking what bigger dog. And these are the dogs. They are bigger dogs, but like in the wrong idea. They are blocking a young kid. The young perspective younger pay. So like for me, I always wanted people to understand on the focus can positivity phase. The see negativity younger out of the studio. I never had a studio session with him, but like having a conversation over the phone and end up having a song. It means if we were in the same place, we would have made an album. I would have had a chance to do more. You get what I'm saying? So the guys sit there and say, even today, I don't open statuses on my WhatsApp. Buddha knows that. Conley knows that. I don't go through. That's what I don't. When I go on Facebook, I'm only focused on the inbox or whatever that means. I don't go through the feed. I'm not a follower. I'm aimed to be followed. So I never followed Gossip. Remember Gossip, the song they did with Physil and the Granger from the Granger mixtape. Floyd Burst, na CJ, na Physil. Where Floyd Burst is like, niggas quick to run them out on some gay shit. A fuck around and shoot niggas. Marvin Gaye shit. If you wanna yip your gums, get your face straight. Instead you feeding on the lies, but you never realize that you giving me promotion, making nigga famous. Nah, much you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Floyd.
That's Floyd Burst, bro. So what he was talking about what I'm going through today. It's a tragedy that Floyd is gone, bro. Like, I just wish I could be another Floyd Burst, but I am Floyd Burst for him, and I'm trying to do 10 times more what the OG did. I feel like the OG did whatever he did, he left it where he left it. He has songs with a lot of people, but it's never there, because our kind of Floyd, Bo Mess, Bo H, Bo Conley, Bo whoever, who are so different, we become a fucking threat to the system, because what we talk about, we invert it. We talk about things that the naked eye don't see. Nibis, are you crazy? How are you supposed to are you expect me to be sober when I am talking about something that is not general knowledge. What people don't understand, they judge and place craziness and whatever they think is delusional and fit for the system. But they're forgetting there's no good without bad. You can't brag. If we're all beautiful, then who's gonna tell who what? So my kind is threat because we are so fucking different. We're so original. I only jumped into my piano now not because I have a heart for my piano. It's because like I have a mental idea for making some money for my daughter 7 on this time. So I gotta adapt. Matter adapting can make you lose who you are. Like I said, don't recognize till I dumb it down. I'm a fucking poet, man. I'm one of the greatest writers in Africa in my generation. I'm telling you, Chipenda or either in English. I'm deep, so I had to dumb it down because I needed recognition. What a stupid move because I lost my concentration. The reason why I'm a mess like this, I'm a beautiful mess. The reason I'm a mess like this because like I tried to be flashy when I should have stayed back and wrote something. I should have dropped one album and just retire because it would have been enough.
Oh, 7.
7, that's my baby girl. That's my life, man. That's my daughter, my only daughter. What do you mean? You see around here?
Yeah.
I last saw my daughter 12 July 2024, bro.
What was him?
No, she's with her mom, bro. Her mom is Vendor, man.
Oh.
She's my neighbor here. She's in Joburg. She's in college, doing her own thing, you know, trying to get the bag for her and her daughter because the daddy is not focused, right? Yet. So, and it's just there's a little distance and a little shortage of communication there and there because like I'm still dealing with whatever I'm dealing. I don't feel like I'm ready yet. I don't think I'm at the point where I can be close to my daughter because of certain reasons that which are confidential. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like she's safe, she's happy. We video call over all the time and she's only 5, but she's daddy look, put a phone there in the bedroom and she just dances and just wanna like, you know.
Unachipinga chenda wanoposta something of Physil man. I will wait in that time. She can not remember if Physil can any ghost. What do them?
I was still talking about my daughter, bro.
Why
though?
No control.
Come on, bro. We can talk about this thing, but the most important thing, part of my life, we can give you like 2 seconds, bro.
Okay.
I think I wanted to answer to everyone. I'm like this. I'm fucked up. Like, do you see how I am? My physique is. I'm not wearing shades. I'm looking at you right now as a woman, right?
Yeah.
I'm like this. I'm a mess because I don't got my daughter near me, bro. That was my inspiration. That's what drives me, bro. Has making sense, bro. I should have been dead. I got stabbed 6 times in the park up on the road. You get your comics. You remember that? You don't know about it? Nah, bro. I was performing here. And like the kids I was staying around with, I was with more Rutati, not 12 when it started. Just because like I had spent time without doing music, doing drugs in the streets, chilling on my phones, whatever. That boy was happy that I was on stage again. I'm like, we'll come to the first part.
Yeah.
So I was sitting and thinking around here past here near the stage. I was so excited, so like I never wanted to be close to the stage, man. I'm always the guy in the break, you know, gangster mentality. But I was in the spotlight. So those boys bought me like 4 Jägermeisters. You know what's a Jägermeister, right? How much it cost? For a nigga like me who's regarded as a junkie or whoever is from Zim, so easy. In this table, you got 4 Jägermeisters, and now which are not 40 just have shot my blood. I want to keep it real on the streets, what I really have, because this happened in the streets. Now we're off the books, right? Publicly, I found myself fighting with guys after my performance. I don't want to talk about what I don't know about or what I know about because it was something that happened. A lot of people saw who stabbed me, but they still keep his name from me until it gets to a point where there's like police involved. You get what I'm saying? I fought with 6 niggas in front of my hood. Listen, bro. Because somebody doesn't come from me without getting a nod, which said, do that. Really, Mzanzi, if it was in America, I would have said, like, niggas put a price on my head and I got shot in Atlanta. I'm gonna put your price on your head, whatever, man. Because you balling. 4 Jägermeisters for the black. How much is it? It's a lot of money, bro. Like, I was performing for free. It looked like I had money.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a robbery gone wrong. But if the reason I mentioned the gun part, like I got shot in Atlanta, here I got stabbed in my room because I was fighting 5 niggas and I was trying to defend myself. Because I didn't understand why a stranger would come to me and start a fight. And that time I'm drunk. Even till this day, I'm not a fan of alcohol. Because like when I am on that mood, I just go beast mode, right? But like for me, that part only comes out when I'm defending my life. So reason I got stabbed, I still don't know the reason why. But I know who stabbed me. And I know who told who to come and do what to me. And that's somebody close to me. If somebody close to me can be able to do that scares me. Even till this day, it's still the same idea. It's xenophobia in different forms. Xenophobia still exists, but it's just, the chinsha form. It's like still, you put it in here, it changes shape. There's roboto in Nakisa. Still call somebody Makaranga, like, okay, sure, that's their native name, but to your kids, what are you painting? I got stabbed by niggas who are probably 4 years or 6 years younger than me, who don't know the importance of Physil Mic. I'm sure they regret whatever they are, because what of me also. I don't think unamuntu dakasi ananga imapandanga adiane ndozura rungi or anyone, and I think ngadwanga shanguloti mara that's me before. So the person I was becoming who needed discipline deserved that according to them, but that was not discipline. That was an attempt to take out a fucking god MC. Because I come from the stage, the cheater. Then you do this to me. You're capable of trying to take out a father. You wanted to leave my child fatherless. I didn't end up away from family. If you take me out, what about my daughter? How is she gonna connect with their own thing, with your own family? Because I went through the same thing of having being home away from home. So that's why I wanted to go back to serving. Which is my reason to live. Reasons to live give reasons to die. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But talk about CVs. You see this?
Then
you get them all over, like this is a stab, bro. You get what I'm saying? Stab wounds, like really stab wounds. My verse was red and all that right here.
Is it last year or this year?
I think is it 2021, brother? It's 2021. Yeah, I think, yeah. We give you. Here is. And before we get there, I think we finish the man. I'm not social media active one for. We are not and I post him 6 days. Yeah, he posted that and my neighbors like, hey yo, any piece. I'm not the one I'm 6 days. Yeah, man. Like they're telling me that I'm like, what? Okay, kids. He's taking out fakes like he's always doing. That's when it was not just everyone and I mentioned it was like a thing. And you remember, like, I'm from Afghanistan, bro. We out here, man. It's not many Mafkatas here. All the Mafkatas are good.
Yeah.
But there's this one that has a story of family. So like they had to like look at me like, okay, sure, what's up? So people who really love Physil Mic, not but we know Physil Mic, you think everybody hates Physil Mic? Everybody just hates the character Physil Mic is on at certain times when he's dealing with life. Nah, we don't want that. I also hate that guy because he's weak. He's a bitch. You get what I'm saying? I can see him really loud in Physil Mic in certain times. The chamber story, what I say, what I'm trying to talk about right now is the fact that I'm fast. Like case you attend, you attend last year, bro. So I had moved on mentally, or maybe my heart moved on. But when you bring it back years later, it's because you're doing justice for me. You waited 2 years. Do I have 2 years? In my mind, I mean, it's like if I felt like, I reached a point where I felt like, damn, xenophobia is really striking. Maybe somebody paid off somebody to throw away the docket or whatever. Nah, I had to go through that. Yes, I just said that. Only to find out it's not that. It was a delay because there's certain things they're focused on which are more important than a fucking foreign boy getting stabbed. But they don't know that, because even if they know that, they can't say that because I'm legally South African, so I have rights like you. That's why I'm able to open a case. I did open a case. Yeah, at the end after 2 years. So a lot of people realize this boy country is not so different with us. That's why I go to let you fast. I say that's why he's going to do like same plate with other kids. That's why he's able to get a job here, like not Ako and get fast. That's why they want me, right? So the beef is like that, and like I said, I don't want them to talk to them about Tangana Zangavana and for a gang. But they have a mangashpingana. I won't go to Zotamba. I need to go to Zotamba. I will have to feed the families up in this so. Then it's not family. But the time I got 7, that's when I became a fucking threat out to the whole industry. I started getting booked here because maybe I thought that was a bad image for them business wise. Now I won't be afraid to mention it. When they say this boy got stabbed here, somebody here went and commented and said, "I bet you repair like what makes the guy now? He knows himself. I won't say his name because I'm not snitching. I'm a real gangster, bro." Now you can look it up because you just realize a lot of things that you don't know about, and people are going to a certain sides about me because you left a long time ago to go hustle whatever you were.
Yeah.
Nichi we now I'm fit to like nachi da jarata nika sister I'm no diastro nimgano you njimbo na maso fund with this channel. You asking all these questions because you want me to tell them, but you know the real me. You know me and you see the light in me. Mara, there's somebody who went and comment. Nothing you guys deleted your internet, man. Nothing gets deleted on the internet, bro. I'm telling you, I'm trying to exert comics in guy. Why? And that same person, even today, doesn't want me to get booked here today.
Who's that?
Who is that? Nah, bro, that's confidential, bro. I don't snitch. He knows himself. Damn, said what's Physil Mic. Yeah, because that's how he is. That's how he acts. There's no radio today because I'm on this post. But the OG always make sure that I get something, bro.
Yeah.
I paid like $500 to perform last time I was here. Bulldozer knows that. Told my manager already.
Yeah.
$500. Do I look like a nigga that's $500? Go shut on my zero, they carry 500. What do I do my zero? Ria the manga no risk 50,000. My biddy. I'm not saying that's my price, but now I feel like below 7,000 is disrespect. But like when I don't go book and I really represent and the event when go divaza. I mean, under the divaza over top center, man. We invented the public rap. I am what I am. I made a lot of babies in this game, but by that I mean, but for 20, almost 400 niggas are rapping in Venda because of me. And 40 or 50 of those niggas are rapping because I put a pen in them. I was a public figure in the example, and in that, listen, this is the good part. 1 and 2. 1 is I was once a guy named my baby wachi ambana one and time munga na mafukata na. So now it's like nasa focus ni donga na mafukata.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? This is me talking, mature guy talking. I'm not being a body of a fucked up person, but bro, what I got here, man, if you read my book that I'm working on, it's gonna be the same match with this podcast. It's the same match with I walk it like I talk it. You get what I'm saying? So never use the Monsumbe sorry. In Mutura, I skill ne angavi uko ignore or mtuka waya bibi. They judge me because like they say that I was doing drugs, you know that. But you never saw me drugs. I never done bagana never done some Ghana and do far and go down. Mara, they hear from people when they look at my physique, that's what they see. If you ever thought maybe this guy's not on drugs, maybe we're on that's a problem. Okay, sure. That's how you see it. Namuzindanga rindo dorisha 6 months. Ngasi zuone because you already just gone doing not around you. So and then because Jigi 22 December I'm become, and before that I started hustling here like a security. Do you think Nanda was angry? Look at my family, bro. My daddy works, my mom works. My sister works, my brother works, my other brother works, my other little brother is in college doing his honors. You see where we grew up, this type of family. Bro. And I want to see what I to know these cheese boys and then nah. I was always a hustler even when I was still at home. I took care of my parents, I took care of my brothers. They know that they might doing them because like they got their own thing going on. But like for me, I'm saying like I took care of my brothers, I took care of before the cheap out my nigga started my nigga all has the bama choosy to make a show risk to survive a job immigrant or whatever taking sacrifices nigga. So what I'm trying to tell you is that in me I got love for the game, right? So I know how to run the game, right? If you want something, go for it, right? You know what I did? No voice as I am like that reflection about security now and I clearly security. Even it doesn't matter that I'm so dark and but the fact that I work for them man, I make my own money, so I spend it out like I'm just living life, right? That's a key part in me still that doesn't want to go. But a man side of me, who if Physil Mic, all over the night, Physil Mic was inside, lacking knowing, study the game. Where can I go? So Jigga working at the bar. If I'm in the bar, that means I'm getting close to my getting. I'm in the bar. I'm getting close to it. Getting close to the private spirit part where I'm getting to a side where nobody else can get to. So now I get to be close to somebody because I get to have a conversation with somebody that when I'm at the gate, he gives an order to somebody that gives an order to me. It ends there. But when I'm here closer, I'm able to have conversation. I'm able to study a certain man part of management that this guy likes me or not. That's the juvenile what I learned. Sorry to not answer that properly, but I'm learning it now. So that why I had to use my knowledge there to be able to look into certain people's character until I realized, no, these people don't want me here, but like I kept on going. It's like you cut off sheets, like you're not working to whatever the fuck that gossip me. But when I want to talk about more, so there is so much I do take a move to. This interview might lead me to a point where I just fucked up my fucking chances of having good relationships with people, but like so be it. I'm trying to, even if let me tell you this man was with all due respect, if this interview becomes a bad thing or you guys feel like you don't want to drop it because it's too bad for the public, can I give you some advice? Why don't you drop it even if it's bad, since there's good and bad in the world, right? If it's bad, so that people want a chance, what I want to I'm worrying and there would so that there's comparison. But okay, go back to my life in the music part. And then I'm just working piece until 22 December. I got a job, like I got employed. I was given a chance by Krotman. The OG, the big dog, man. You get what I'm saying? Our Messiah, man. I don't think there's Jesus in this world to me. I don't say Jesus doesn't exist, but that guy is like Jesus to me because he gave me a chance that nobody did. This is my first job. I went to Job in 2023 looking for a job. I never got a job, but this guy gave me a job. How many people didn't want me to get a job? I don't know. But the same people were called blocking me when I was on a lower level. But I feel like if I'm here, they don't want me here because I'm getting closer to that stage. So isn't this one step at a time? Do you think everybody is happy here in this stuff jungle? Are you working? I don't care how this no ends. I'm just if me speaking the truth is gonna make me lose my job, let it be. I'm like everybody here, 90%. They don't like me.
So
no. It's still the xenophobia umbrella. The way they treat me at work. If I go home, I'm going through the same thing. If I'm on the streets, I'm going through the same thing. Why blame me if I hang around with Nyobe boys? They don't judge nobody. I've never visited a Nyobe boy and they slept with hunger. I've never had a Nyobe boy telling me like I can't do this because of this. He can tell me that I can't do this because he can't do it. But people with minds want to never have a baby. Yes, those are I'm dope. Don't you know that I'm dope? Banga don't compare na nyibone. Banga compare ka level where ka best top 5 ya Njerere kana ndiwela ka top 5 ya Venda kana ndiwela ka top 5 ya Limpopo kana ndiwela ka top 5 ya Mzansi kana ya Africa kana ya Lipasi. Maraka Lipasi maybe I'm stretching. Maybe nigawela pass ya 500, top 500 Kalipasi. best lyricists, best MCs, the God MC. This is Physil Mic, Dwayne. You get what I'm saying? I represent that. That's Nenda Valikinta. And you know, number I Gandhi bullpen.
Yeah, do you think una watu wene bana ula mental to Physil Mic yakunu rap out of some music?
Everything is mental, bro. That's how they were programmed. They are there, and they're still going to be there after I'm gone. Their idea is not based on Physil Mic's ability to rap. It's based on the lack of knowledge in terms of what type of rap is Physil Mic doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't study music. I never got to study for a degree of music, but I have a lot of degrees in music according to myself, because they are going to diverse into different perspectives of music. I can make a lot. So I don't think the difference of music. I make music. I just make music for artists. I don't make music for fans. No, you guys should know that from today. Dita music and as an artist, it's not that in music. When your artists are on a break, let's go jive on piano on the stage, they're listening to Physil Mic because it reminds them of who they were. So whoever, FUCK, to everyone who thinks that Physil Mic can't rap, he loves music, he just loves music. How can you love something and not know how to handle it? That's why I said I'm Physil Mic. It means I'm physically in love with the microphone. I'm not a rapper, I'm just rapping. So, and I've never started rapping. Imagine if I try. I'm not a rapper, it's just one of the things that I know how to do. I'm an artist, I'm a poet. You get what I'm saying? If I write poetry on a song and you were sleeping a period of poetry is girl, you never understand Physil Mic. If you never had TV, even if you had TV, tina ngobona schemes sami nani sikobona the channel za zonongabo Soweto zedzi ngori ndidza fasi ngori vathu ngo Physil Mic ndidzi we vintage to them. It's not for everybody. Physil Mic's music is for people with taste. I deserve to perform for niggas who are smoking Cuban cigars. Martin, hi, Physil Mic is not for niggas dancing combo. No offense, but I'm saying I'm just a seed in the wrong garden. That's why I feel like I'm misunderstood. Like Lil Wayne said, please don't let me be misunderstood. I think I'm just misunderstood. Whoever that says Physil Mic is boring should come forward and see how many people love Physil Mic, because what they see in Physil Mic is beyond music, and he's able to translate his life into music, and it's a path for him. So it's not something to love. I don't go to record music or funny or record music or you can understand the phone. And I'm to understand it because someone could say phone, but I'm going to do this way. I'm going to do this microphone. Physically in love with the microphone. It's not for me. We are physically there, but like we are channeling something. So he is not receiving the message. If you block out the messenger, then you're blocking the message. There's people who block me out of anger because they can't face me. They can't comprehend the fact that it's somebody who's described as a nyope, but it doesn't look like a nyope, it doesn't sound like me. He thinks beyond that mentality. He's able to take a perspective of a person who's a nyope, but I'm not saying I smoke nyope, I just wanted to use that because that's how they portray everybody that ever goes through that. Your team ain't Gavins and all that. I'm the voice now, man. Let me talk. You get what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that those people don't want to cross bridges. They don't want to meet me halfway. They don't want to put themselves in my shoes. If they're saying my music is now boring, it's because that's how my life is. That's my heaven, that's my hell. If I'm going through something, you're going to hear through the reflection of music. So that's why these days don't relax. I can't music. I just pulled up to this interview with my producer, Uzi. From here, we're going to finish my album. God, I feel the Slick is sending more beats. We're extending the album because we feel like it's short. We feel like that album is less than how many minutes was it when we played?
It was 6 songs.
6 songs, but like when I put it on the playlist, you can listen so far. It's not even yet 20 minutes. And imagine this interview is 1 hour and it's already a biggie. But like with music, I can be able to put it in a short form. We are not recording here, we're breaking down ela verse 8 bars kana 16 bars in the it inyaga 16 hours or they explain or mean. So this is the only chance for me to break down what you don't understand so that you stop saying my music is boring. Okay, Nsongombenga Currently chiefly ampuna ne. No there's already got a music and you understand. Then wait for me to drop a book so that ngori nchifunesa simple to understand a book. Ara nchifunesa as podcast nchiteredzo vala because niggas don't read these days. Waka phone went Wi-Fi. Bana le passpali ni brune baba kudoyibona video tima Wi-Fi office nyapa. Bakuduyibona bachibona ko kick show. Ngori mfethu tumfesinga music, tumfesinga strata, tumfesinga ngori maybe you don't understand me because I'm in the wrong department. You're using the wrong tool on the wrong job. Don't understand that according to your own choice of decoding. Mwana ndira yo started. Azone. So, zwibvaka nichi bezontecheresa. Public opinion yanondifio. But the fact remains is that you took time of your life for 5 minutes and focus on it. Then you judge. So I control what you think, what you feel. I just don't have the tools. I realized, I don't know why, you know where I woke up, became woke, like when I got this tattoo, like that I, you know what, when I realized, damn, Nishita flop over to what said. So why don't I do good? Because these niggas got time to look at me. Go display the data, then focus I can go view I can, then you judge later. You gonna judge, Mara? I just took it back from your wallet, and that bothers you. That's why you feel like, why should I pay a ticket to go see Physil Mic? That's why these niggas feel like I'm bad for business. Don't bang it, take it. Don't make a Physil Mic 1 man show. You wanna go there and happen. Come like those those is you wanna like what happens? I'm not just talking, bro. Like this is not a public stand. I'm not trying to get attention. Because I'm attentive and you've given me enough attention, all of you guys, and you've lost hope. Some of them lost patience. They diverted to better rappers. Niggas like Mass, we're not close, but we're cool because he's doing him. Everybody's doing them, but like I'm bad for business, bro, because my image is not good for them. But let me tell you, this is the best part of business because I know the downfall, bro. A lot of guys gonna go through what I do, what I went through, because I started from the bottom. Then I went up a little bit. So when I go down to the bottom, how can the bottom break me? Unless if somebody that I met in the middle on my way to the top realize that, damn, if we really make another mistake, I'm 10 days ago, man, I don't wanna flow up. I feel like these guys, they should just give me a chance, man. You know? Guys, give me a chance. If you give me a chance, I'm not talking about try a chance, a chance now, and then you decide. You give me a chance because it has to help you business-wise, but like you're not thinking about the job that I'm trying to do. Nah, when I get booked, to be honest, it's never about the money, the water. But the money because 7 will not go to scale. She's in preschool, bro. She's there. She needs a lot of things. She needs winter clothes. She needs all that. But like I have a fucking job that's paying me whatever peanuts or whatever. Né? That's life, reality. Né? But like me, I got dreams. I got better dreams. That's why I'm on a stage in the sounder, like $1 million, mother. In a place where there's no $1 million for people like you. I felt like I was judged from the day you go. I was already hated as xenophobic, and as using xenophobia as a foreign key. But I always did good. Let's don't go back and go. I realize urundi beka maniga ndita. Don't pass in tamsi wo invene kana bo ivala. Unira dora tangana zimwe zichaka zinji. Une apala rejeje na ngikla. Adi class in was not tambora tangana ribanje. That's how it looks so cool. I became like wow. So there were people who were really waiting for me. Little flopper. What am I going to die for that piece? Looking at my tattoos, you know, they're thinking, well, no, bro, these are stories that I am painting out. I am an art, yes, I am. But by the time you talk about flop, you don't catch the flop. Well, I'll talk with time you taking in a fucking junkie. A junkie, a hobo is always going to be a hobo. You get what I'm saying? He's bad, Mara, bro. Is it really bad, or you just have bad taste in music, or you just don't want progress? I feel like a person who has power, who has authority, is abusing the authority if they're not facing it. They're not facing in a real life situation from like as a human being. And he's a businessman. He has to put business first, but like if you're not able to, do you feel like you need to cock block somebody's child from recovering? And that's a phone up and I'm go to phone again.
I won't know.
Now represent this town, bad or good. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but I feel like right now it's gonna need to take a child to raise a village. With this knowledge I got beef, bro, with niggas that at work every day. I'm always in the point where it's clutchy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to be somebody. When I talk to niggas like, man, these days they don't open my inboxes. But last time I checked, I was given a get-go from like the OG himself. He didn't know that I do music. I kept tagging him. If you go through, this is until his older brother would run with you. That's the guy who is like, bro, go to video post on the driver. On the driver, he had that in him, even though he doesn't like me. I won't lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he had to do that. He felt like, bro, I've been playing a part into downgrading this nigga. This is my chance to do something. He took a rest for me and posted on a group where the OG is there. Then the OG saw that, and the OG posted it in my line. You go and check his TikTok. I'm the only artist that he posted. Then Kyle Treng and Aslan in my line. Yeah, you should check. So let's soon go to Ziva and about. I was posting WhatsApp. I was posting about story. How many people look?
I think what's about thing doing. Do WhatsApp?
Yeah, like story. You can TikTok out, and that's the only video art in there we post. And I said the Tisla is his artist, and I'm also his artist. Like I'm already his artist because I work here. Né? I'm him. I work here. He's the owner. He owns everything. The employees and everything. He owns the name of Carter. Man, I was trying to sell Physil Mic Dwayne to him, and there's people who don't want him to know Physil Mic Dwayne, but I feel like he's watching. If he's listening to this man, I appreciate it, but like, you should look at me with your own eye, you know. That's what they doing, bro. I'm not capping. I would say this again, and I'm glad this is like going public. They're doing whatever they even if it happens that I lose my job tomorrow, I'm at peace, bro. I'm not happy with where I'm at in life with all the skills I was given. I want to go back to school, I want to finish my degree, I want to raise my daughter, I want to make music. But I can't do it in this environment with, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So niggas need to check themselves before they check me. You ask me what's wrong with me, maybe what's wrong with you. Because niggas don't go smile up, but then I'll get out that gate.
Yeah.
I have to pretend. Dinner 50 rand. I have to buy me cigarettes to smoke. So how am I going to recover? I won't recover. Even if I recover, it's going to be for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you have to relapse because wherever you go, where you're supposed to feel safe is where the danger is at. So I don't want to blame anybody. I blame myself for taking too long to utilize the opportunities I was given. I was given opportunities which are not normal, bro. And the opportunities like mine don't come back again. But like I have a big opportunity in front of me that's gonna rectify everything. But niggas don't want that to happen. If you feel like you as an OG you are worried as a brother, you as the same, not you as a producer. You're called a producer, right? This producer part you're going to be professional, bro. By the time you took off your glasses and become welcome again, that same woman that used to come to my house around 2010 to 11, I stayed on the couch and she was TV, like that hot man that from MVO time, that hot man that made me, that helped you play the part, a certain person for me to be able to be cool, to know how to be in hip hop. You get what I'm saying? Even though I never studied your music, I studied something from you because you were closer. Do you remember? Can I remind you of something? Do you remember when I told Alwanuri like I wanted your numbers?
Just do was
Zakari, right? Because like I was trying to get close, because I had one who can be able to help me. Who can yeah, she became the middleman between. Like I wanted her to be the link to you, to where I wanna be. That's how I always do. I can't get to setting somebody who's going to help me if the middleman doesn't respect me. So what I wanted to say is like you, when you take off this character of the producer and become from Roman again, you should come and ask me the name of the person who's doing all that. I will tell you. I won't tell that to the Wells producer. I will tell that to Fumlani, because I believe Fumlani is going to protect me from a whole lot of drama and it's going to keep my mind safe, because the producer part will want hits on views, but How is it cool that you gain more views and you get popular, you make money out of the expense of me risking my life, not just my job, my life? If I'm able to be stable and I'm able to do that, if he's denying that means he's capable of putting me in a spot where I can kill myself before he kills me. It's that deep. I'm not talking about a lot of people are going to watch this. Do you know what they're going to say? Let me just already say this before, right? Like I said, I admit it, like when you take a lot of drugs in a lot of years, you don't become the same, right? You can become verbally or you have speech impairments or whatever, right? But like the facts are still the same, that person is gonna watch these. And you know what, maybe like you're gonna have about 30 comments. Maybe they or maybe not. In real life, publicly, it's hard for you to say shit.
Yeah.
People gonna come to you and they're gonna tell you, gonna say Physil Mic that boy over far. This is way. Lazipha kari zvangari ndichikuzvifa zvakundopambanyisa mistake yanga na mistake yangu, then I realize that it's our mistake and you don't realize that, then I don't want to talk about it. They're going to say this is all hyped up. They're going to cut me short, bro.
Let's go back to the stabbing part, ne? But one diva like in the battle around and the battle when it comes over that
nigga already got arrested, bro, last year
for Nigwaza Kananga Zumaba.
That, like I said, she's written me, bro. That case, I don't think you listened to me properly. Maybe I was talking fast. I mentioned that it took years for it to be attended. So that delay, young get out and sorry. Why is it like some abuse of power, so mentally? But the fact that it ended up with getting justice.
You know,
to me, it just reminded me that I also matter like other kids. It made a lot of people realize, oh, so this boy got right. Because even though they know that I'm legally South African, they act towards me in a way that they feel like they can do. You know, there's only karanga shengezi just because wangasi farisa. So they try to do that with me, bro. At the time. And what knows doesn't what one else knowledge, but because I was so famous as a rapper, it made my life famous, and it also made my story famous. If I was not Physil Mic, nobody would know what I was a foreigner. If I didn't go to school, nobody would know I was a foreigner. And how did they know? How was that the only foreigner school? No, it's because that foreigner was so different to when you caught everybody. When you catch everybody's attention, go general debate, coming everywhere you diverse and whatever, you become you light. Everybody you get everybody's attention. Like okay, let's go to his hood and ask. When you go there, you come Ghana and go who's the wrong person. Who is like you start talking. And I'm passing by. You can't tell me like because I'm gonna get you arrested. I'm not. You got it, bro. I'm owned by this government of this country, bro. I'm a child here. I'm adopted legally. Social work shit, you know. So for you to be strained of the privilege of trying to utilize your abuse, your bullying, using xenophobia low key, indirect shots, you become angry. So you have to get somebody to do that job for you. Yeah, imagine them gonna go to a source water there, then everybody agrees. Then that means it's supposed to happen. And they can't do it themselves. That's why they have to get somebody from Pazima. Go on a group, you get what I'm saying? They did whatever they did. But like for me to be able to be at a point where that nigga gets arrested and I get to have a conversation with him in my mama's house. Nobody, you guys all over you didn't get a chance to have. Me and that guy, we didn't get a chance to have a podcast and publicly announce that okay, we're forgiving each other. There's people who are still mad at him for doing whatever he did to me. It's people who don't know, but people who know him, who know that he's the one that did it, and they were 6, but he's the one that took the fall, or maybe he didn't take the fall. He suffered more. I ended up having like a chance to listen to voice notes of him and these niggas trying to come to a point where they can you please talk to this nigga for us. That nigga regrets now. But I never asked him who sent you. This was it. So Mara, it was bigger than that because I'm in the streets in the Gramlayo. I won't dish it out and say because of this and woman know what to about. This is you can protect me. I can tell you something that's a fake man. You can't protect me from the consequences of the once we do this interview, you can protect me from whatever consequences that come. Or you can decide. You don't have control of the outcome. You only have control of the outcome of your life because you make your own decisions. If I get to a point where I talk too much, that means I'm going to have to face it. Even have a good results or bad results, it's going to be mine to share with you, but it's mine to feel. You can give me advice on something only when you go through. So I don't think there's anybody who's alive in my life that can give me advice on how to talk. I'm the only one that can limit me. I'm the only one that can end me. You get what I'm saying? The reason I'm still alive is God's reasons. And he has a job for me. I'm telling you, this podcast is going to make me get to a point where somebody is going to respect me So the way he treats me or the way he thinks about me, bro, you cock blocking me. You telling niggas now book me. You think I won't know that? I have street knowledge, bro. I can get info, but I can read two characters like these. Some of the DJs, I'm cool with them. I got songs with Sauce Man, you know that?
Yeah.
You don't know that?
What DJ?
Yes. I am Jesus, so like I am Jesus beat. Taco vendor. Before it was what? Malaptan. He gave me after Malaptan. He's like, I want you to do something with it. I was supposed to be confidential, but like I'm trying to show you something. It was confidential then, but like I'm supposed to do a freestyle on that beat, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you something, yeah. I'm trying to show you something, like how niggas are underappreciated. Sim Jesus. Oh, G shit, bro. Maybe it's because like before he did music, he knew Physil Mic and he grew with him. I'm so happy that if I still have out of he's one of the niggas few niggas who is still what around, you know what I'm saying? On a daily basis, ngori talk on the Jenna 7 and talk and 5 and 12. Somebody have to like one face somebody. We are the same.
Yeah.
He's a driver and he's also what? A musician. I'm a musician and I'm also what? A general worker here. Maranga lines about the topic is not as the topic there. Music,
yeah.
So now music is not a rapper. You don't come by me.
Music piece.
If it's not a musician, we won't talk about music. So I'm surrounded with people who don't understand music. If I feel like if everybody was gifted like me, or they was gifted with the ears that I have to listen to somebody, a lot of things wouldn't have been happening. Because it's not him, I don't blame you. It's people who are around who feed him information. Because he came from another place, he came in, you were here. You didn't know me. I never did it. I never smoked a cigarette in front of him until he reached a point of him realize, oh, he knows that I smoke more than cigarettes. So I can smoke cigarettes. But the respect remains because it's protocol for work, right? Between a worker, an order giver and a receiver and a doer. But it's to brain form, man. I won't raise my hand to that nigga. If I find him getting beat up with niggas, I'ma stand up for him. He won't. He denied me publicly, bro. Let's do that shit has me, man, to this day. Somebody's gonna say, oh, indeed, your document. No, it's my little brother, if to show you, give me a screenshot of what's in there. The boy smart. He's like, yo, cover this. Because he's all over on the internet. Okay, cover this. Oh, we don't talk about names. I'm like, oh, do you know? We don't know that. So that guy, I'm good to be my man. This guy is capable of a lot. And so when I look at his character from a distance, how he treats other people, I just laugh, bro. But like at the end of the day, I know that he is going to be an example to himself, not to anybody, because I don't see him as a human being, because whatever he does to me, because like he doesn't give me chances, it has clouded his vision so much that he doesn't differentiate the music part of Physil Mic from the Physil Mic or never go clean a toilet or whatever, go do better there. He just uses the same energy on those sides. So how can I perform bad here and perform bad there? It's not impossible. It's because you already labeled me as bad. So how you gonna present me to the higher being, to the higher part? You gonna present me as bad. But the higher part, if he gets a chance to hear from the horse's mouth, nigga, you're dead the next time you are saying something bad about me, because I don't got bad around me. You just painting bad around me. Let the right people with the right money, with the right help. The only help I need is money to go back to school. I owe like 26k in fees in Juvenile. Who's gonna give me that 26k? I'm gonna say if like, do you think there's somebody like about 26,000? So how will I reach 26k if you are putting me in a position where I feel like 26k doesn't exist, but it really exists? I know how to make it. Book me, bro. Let me fuse that money in that one and see if I won't get someone, so I can take on my kid and pay for my fees at the same time. Because if I focus on taking on my fees, how will I raise my daughter? If I focus on my daughter only, I'm running out of time at school. And I also want to do music. Beats are expensive. I buy beats for 250 some, or I buy beats for $100. I get production from niggas for certain money. That's my part. But like, I need somebody who understands that something like this can be beautiful. This is God's man. This is God's work. But like, people need niggas to swallow their pride. Even don't do it for me. Do it for Tim and Gavin there. Since I'm a foreigner to you, do it for him. It's not about me only. It's about a lot of niggas, bro. Once you do something on the internet, let somebody like from a combo side drop a fucking dragon on the internet. Body sucks, for example, bro, my bad. But like, that's public knowledge, right? It becomes cool when body sucks drops apart. But when Physil Mic is rumored to be doing it, rumored, not seen on the internet, it becomes what? It becomes what? Just because me, I'm a nobody, you gonna keep me in that topic. You gonna cut my light short every time. We're not blind, bro. Let's keep it real. Like I told you, bro. Now I'm sorry, but like, I'm willing to lose everything to find me again. Niggas gonna be doing stunts like this. Don't know we're busy here. You disturbing fucking interview. Niggas get cheap for that. That's fake nigga shit, bro. No respect, but okay, this is a business, but like, you gotta understand that this is, what's this? If you don't understand the vision behind the nigga who owns this, you won't understand the vision of this. Why is it this here? Why am I not drinking? I didn't buy this. Why am I not drinking? We are working here. That's what happens, bro. If you read here, it starts with a K, this name, right? If you read that shit of that nigga, it starts with a K. What's different between it? So if you think if prefix over miso, you do that. Stop waiting for me to be miso for you to treat me like I'm somebody. Take out your frustration somewhere else. Take out this xenophobic, the Zimbabwean reality of Physil Mic, and let's focus on what we want to do, which is make money through music or whatever. It doesn't benefit your business right now, but bro, invest. I want somebody to invest in me, bro. If you or like says Kate or like whoever that feels like they can take a risk on somebody like me, please do. Please do. Once you deny me that privilege, you're denying it to somebody else. Like, you are given a chance to talk to me, like, and you are hearing it before everyone. If you decide not to drop this episode because it's contradicting to certain parts, right? Do you feel like you sleep better at night knowing you have this certain knowledge and a lot of people have their own knowledge? You wish that you could just turn this into something that you could heal a lot of guys. I'm not saying that perspective. I'm just tired of being bullied and keeping quiet. That's abuse.
There's no worrying. I say post. I will not say post.
I know you won't. Like I said, you knew me before all this, but like, just because we're doing it in the space where everything is presently, do you know why I wanted to touch the bigger part of this place? It's not because that's not sweet in the away. Like, it's because like it's happening there. Just because we're here, I'm supposed to filter. Why is not respect? You see what I was telling you? Don't you see it happening? Niggas should be proud of me, bro. One of the niggas was speaking on Paraparam. Do you think they will give me that chance? think I just said it.
Mvendo tokonda. Okay, cool. Ari prepare phande. Ngari domba dolot. Ndi ngori nibudze nga nthu nga nachima chana posta nga Physil ne. Tizorana ngoma nga minga na unomba na yani ghost or something. Abo kwete. Nachima chana posta nga Physil ka Facebook asigara kara.
But between me and you, I think you already know, right? Because I think you commented, not like quoting comments.
Hey, I think
let me reference it. I think you were like, I quote, that's not what I heard. Do you mind telling me? Because it seems like you get more information than me about my relationship with these Toofab niggas. I think you know a lot more than I do. So why don't you save me the trouble of me?
What did
you hear? And don't hold it back, just like how you told me you heard would not pick a side when I didn't know. So okay, I want to know what he told you. What do you know? What do you think? What do you think made me post it? What was happening? Opportunity. I went to him looking for an opportunity. Mari blue tick me.
A feature.
It was not. That was after the feature. You were supposed to be on the album, right?
Then the album you're working on. Album na producers.
The album I'm done working on, and I'm extending it because I just realized it like I need to. And then me extending maybe 5 songs on the album, it doesn't mean I'm going to add anyone on it. We were in the conversation of having a music, so we're waiting for the right time. Me and Conley has to be able to read it. That was Basa Diman Mara. We grew up together, so now he's here. So it's a chance where we get to work because it's not every producer that deserves to have my music. You get what I'm saying? I don't have a time to spend in every day 9 to 7, 9 to 5. It's hard. It's not like back in the days when they just been tracking on the so like now there's more into engineering. We have studio sessions where we can not plug the mic, but just go into music. So like for me, music is more than just track even sound. I want to create stories. I want to create bonds with artists. I want to have conversations. I want to be able to. I don't know even a future 9. Will you be able to help me to get Kavaya Angaya Mizo missed calls, get his attention? I didn't know that he and Mizo don't click. Nguri artist says the beef is a maniga and this is a art. Ndichiamba na Physil ndasikwamba na mbabi ndakwamba na Physil mama umva Rodman. Listen Rodman, those zama others understand about mangana. You can ask them if they didn't abahaneze Maxwega, Mike Tune, Ukid, I think she's a lot of guys that was in the now about what I can list. Like I don't remember, but like it's a lot. I think maybe 50 niggas that was in the. Can you please get this link to Mizo on you to get Mizo's attention before he dropped for the battle? You get what I'm saying? That was the time where like for the battle I knew this album was gonna be dope because like Conley has him. He produced on Mizo's album, you know, like you get it. He's one of the producers when he's always in the behind the scenes. He's facing his own beef. Sorry to say this, bro, but like you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to make an example. God, I just mentioned for the bad. He did a verse on Chirimo. He's the one that did Maxwell's verse. He produced it. That nigga there. So that's the nigga that's producing Physil Mic's album. And Gaddafi on the beats. Oh, I feel sorry for the game. Matter with Physil, you blue tick me.
Was it on WhatsApp or
WhatsApp? You blue tick me. How do you blue tick me? How does Physil blue tick me? How do I have his numbers? He gave me his numbers on Facebook. Fakes don't lie. If you gave me numbers on Facebook, that means he is done with that beef you're in and side of CJ. He wanted to move on. But it feels like it seems like I opened certain wounds by mentioning Mizo. Mizo is big than Physil. I don't think Mizo doesn't sleep at night because Physil doesn't like him. Same way as I am capable of going public and say that Physil won't public shake. Okay, Mbabi. You get it? I'm good. Just got disappointed by Physil the artist and Physil the human being. You get what I'm saying? So with him, whatever he told you is not different from what happened. I don't think I said anything different from what he told you, right? Isn't that what he said I did?
I say no rufanga mo kambori. Mafunguro no pick a side na maybe that's all in blue tick and
No, it's somebody who doesn't know that Physil or actor just to be part of the gang and say, nah, fuck that boy. Physil, that's why I said, okay, not a Physil one guy, a Physil one guy blue tick. I want to check the punchline, a Physil one guy blue tick. Okay, Mbabi is in a Physil Kumazone. He's related to my foster family. Not okay, Mbabi. He doesn't know. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm saying okay, Mbabi, because like I spoke to Physil and I know a Physil that has moved on from that perspective of beef. So much ane uchomfaranga mbiru vacation so zine otopfa magenga kwamba asina kutanzi. Ngori rinera close na CJ ngori. For bigger side ngori maniga usikaisa chabuki or all tell Toofab mama na. Asike kuzobuka CJ na Floyd bakuchimbala bathu. Because bakabana ku Bosco 80 pesos. Mazone. Mara baba siyo accessible karine okunvesa so Physil asobra yanga I get a chance dotaka lo demon correspond to Facebook yanga okay, so let's work. Our names are in the same tongue frequency, right? Physil, so you can't forget me like Siga. He knows I'm dope. He knows if he puts a hook, I put a verse, it's another thing. Let's say Physil is a musician, bro. Physil is a genius, bro. Physil is a god of his craft, bro. Physil been on parabol for long. See, Physil is consistent. So you see what I wanted from him. So like I felt like he has that power. That's a devil, not beefing a demon or whatever. Or he doesn't like.
Music.
That's me revealing what I got from my own source, which I will mention like you want. I was like, bro, what the oh, don't forget, oh, this is like this and this is a game. And you're trying to promote me, so and this is like this and that. That's somebody's opinion. Don't say it publicly. I did that call wanting to know why would he bullshit me. And I got different answers from different people. Then I realized the game is cutthroat. Then guys like Kid, everybody else, I felt like if I had to, if it's bullshitting me, if I do the song and I'm sending that in there 6 months, my friend got in there, they won't wait for me. Time won't wait for me because nendo ndina mtu ngomtoni pongo refuse ukotoe blue tick and then maybe he will send it. Maybe ingasi exist. Confess. We don't know album matika nendo delay ngamanike. So what do? I cast it out like yo, what is it? So nando amba before like album yanga ndikotama song. So that's how I create music. I create music na way. Yanga na lyric before I even record. Ndazo when you ngabo kid go mic tunda na ile 13 nigga song idea 15 freestyle and everything. I don't think this will happen. I just realized I don't need anybody. I can do me. I can do my own music. I'm going to do my own music because like I'm rumble I don't understand long need I sound crazy in the bonaching and the penga matonia won't the mar. They wish they could do what I can do. Just like the kids who grew up in the streets back of Xenophobic and she died and you can in our Nichikona Romborano Narash in Nichikona and presence at the rush. Let's say mature forms and Sizoshu and go down and go to back up on it. What would you say in Kofaron again? Go to Ubuntu, go to Nairobi, born on phone. I don't understand, Mara. Because you're only the grass is green on your side. You utilize what you have to try to motivate your ego. I never gossip. Because even though don't listen to inbox in that Physil or so. That would have been gossip, but like just because it's public knowledge. It's a problem. I'm sorry if I sound off, Mara. You asked the question, I'm giving you an answer. Is there something else that you want to know?
I think Ronambesa.
So like my advice to you, next time, pick a different venue, bro, for something like this.
I don't want to push, man. Though I don't want to bring the details. Though Tamsara Resapanga Ungari una Zunzana.
Even if it can't, even if it's off cam interview, we get
so much off cam. Thanks for coming, man.
Pleasure's all mine, bro.
Porsche, man. Porsche, basis Mara. Next time. With the ones of the big star. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.